So I've done it. I've actually pressed record. Sorry, 1 second. I want to try and get it so that I'm actually sort of looking at the camera, which includes having a picture of me on. So I pressed record. Don't know whether I'll upload it. I haven't uploaded the last few. It's been really hard to try and put up videos or to put up anything on the internet, to even answer people who have messaged me one-to-one message, like not anonymous post to everyone, like literally anything. No, I don't know that I'll suddenly get better. I probably won't, because that's the way that I am. One-to-one messages are actually a lot harder than answering anonymous messages, believe it or not, in some ways. Because there's more responsibility, and I guess there's more of another human right there with a name that I can contact. There is an anonymous person, I can't contact them, they have to contact me first, type thing. It's the way that I am. I was discharged from Ashley House, so I am officially in my own flat in Dorset now. Still on a CTO, but yeah, trying my best. It's tricky because I'm physically not very well, so my weight has gone down a little bit, but I've been following my meal plan, and it's a meal plan that I made myself, so I wouldn't be cutting any corners, because screw it, I made those corners, you know. I'm still very obsessed with food. I'm constantly editing my meal plan at the moment, and going through different obsessions with it. So I might get the perfect meal plan in my head, and then, I mean, you guys have heard my obsessions between whether raw is better than cooked, and this and that and this and that and this and that, and having certain rules about everything. And at the moment I'm going through a stage of bioavailability of calcium and protein in the things that I'm eating, because I'm worried that I could be having something that's potentially very high calcium and very high protein, like soya beans, but because the bioavailability is so low, I may not be digesting so much as 30% of that, probably less. That would be quite a good bioavailability. And then, anyway, stuff like that is at the moment my current obsession, soaking things and going nuts. It's usually I'm soaking nuts, usually things like that. So that's, but yeah. It's been tricky because I am scared to talk on here because of the people that know me. I miss when my vlog and my main channel was completely sort of anonymous, but not anonymous. So it had my face, it was still me talking, but nobody knew my channel. Now a couple of my friends could access it if they wanted, and people who I care about very much. And I'm scared about what I can and can't talk about, because, for example, relationships with people is something I would talk to you guys about, and I can't if they see this, and it could potentially bring things up for them or hurt them or upset them, and like be any type of relationship with any type of person. Yeah. Even some of you guys might try and contact me thinking about people again, and I haven't answered and haven't answered and haven't answered, and it gets harder and harder to answer, and then I assume that if I just stop answering, then eventually everyone will stop trying to contact me and leave me alone. So I just completely shut up, and for certain people that doesn't work, and it gets worse and worse and worse, and the messages get more and more frequent, and sometimes people manage to get hold of my phone number, I'm not going to go through that because it's a bit too specific, but that can happen, and then that's okay. You know, when I'm in a good frame of mind, that's fine. I can talk and chat, but the minute I get into a bad frame of mind, the fact that someone else in another bad frame of mind can call on my own phone is quite difficult, which makes me wonder if I should get a second phone for people that I want to support, people from the internet maybe, and then have my own phone so that I have a reason if I don't answer the phone. I can be like, well, that phone isn't always on, that phone's on when I am able to have it on, and I have that reason of, well, I'm sorry I didn't see your message, or I didn't turn my phone on because I didn't feel able to at that time. Don't know. It almost seems selfish at times, but the thing is I don't really talk to other people about my stuff, so it's not that I don't want to be there for them, I do, but and they might even just be trying to be there for me, but then I can't let that happen for them to be there for me and me not be there for them. So to me, for me to talk to them at all is for me to be there for them, and most of the time I can't do that, particularly at the moment. And then I lose the ability to explain all this. All of this I'm saying, I'm thinking, why can't I explain this to the people that have been trying to contact me and have been getting stressed out to the point that you won't even believe it? And I'm saying it in a video. You know why? Because I'm talking to a camera, because it's anonymous, and as I'm saying this, I'm still terrified of anyone who might try and contact me, and I just really hope that nobody tries to contact me as a result of this video, and to be one of the people who have been trying to contact me and haven't been able to get through, and I'm scared and upset, and I just want to separate myself from that, separate myself from people, almost just talk to anonymous faces all day would be fine with me, because again, no responsibility. And in that way it is selfish, because it's almost like that way I don't have to care about people, and it's because I care about people that it becomes really hard, especially because I don't talk about my stuff. And I'm not saying that that's their fault. They may well be there for my stuff, but I just won't, you know, I don't even do that with my best friends most of the time, let alone people who I have tried to help. It then feels even worse. But my channel was always put up so people had someone who they could talk to, and anyway. Oh, I'm talking to you guys again. It feels really good because I'm very lonely. I do tend to spend my whole life alone, and even though I am just talking to a computer screen, it's nice knowing that people are hearing it. I'm sorry, I'm quite emotional all the time at the moment. I'm in a bit of a mess. It's like I miss an appointment and my whole day is like gone. I feel an urge and my whole day is gone. Terrible. The end of the world. Everything is very woo at the moment. Find out that something might be getting sorted soon, and suddenly I'm high as a kite, so happy. But then I'm so unmotivated. Everything around me is a mess. I still haven't sorted out any of my stuff. I've just got things constantly half finished around me. I feel quite strong urges most of the nights. Nights are worse than during the day. But I'm fighting them really hard, and I haven't used any urges. This is probably the best I've ever done alone, ever. Because I'm trying to fight it, and in the past when I left hospital, as you guys well know, I didn't want to recover. I never imagined wanting to recover. I thought that if I ever wanted to recover, it would be someone tricked me into it. But I don't believe that. I just did at the time. But in fact, you can change your mind without necessarily being tricked into it. You can progress and grow. But yeah, I just want to use my vlogs to talk to you guys again, like I had for the last 6 years. You know, I need you guys. I need to be able to talk about my crap. without feeling like I'm taking up time in a conversation. I think that's the great thing about YouTube, is I know that you guys can turn off anytime you want. There's no obligation to keep watching or to comment or to message me. You know, it's brilliant. It's the best thing. I recommend it to anyone who feels secure enough to put up videos, because it's so much nicer to just be able to talk without feeling so guilty. And sometimes I can feel guilty for talking on this because, you know, I hate myself and I think, well, I don't deserve to have the release of talking, but I'm trying really hard to be pro-recovery, and that is one of the things that I need to recover from, is if I hate myself so much, then I need to become a better person, and the way that I become a better person is to change, and one of those changes, well, one of those changes is this, but it's because everything needs to be a change. It all needs to change. And I so want to get better. And I really want to get better, and moving onto this place and wanting to get better at the same time is shocked me quite a lot, because I thought that my behaviours were optional. They are, but like I thought I had 100% control. And I do have control. You know, there's the little voice in the back of my head. I do have control. I have control over everything. But the fact I'm still getting urges is something that shocked me, because I always thought I knew what I was doing. When I left hospital, I left with the, not now, but in the past, I left with the goal to immediately lose weight, with a plan, with the step-by-step instructions on losing weight. Tricking scales, losing weight, tricking scales in hospital, losing weight, everywhere I went, lost weight, need to lose weight, need to lose weight. And if I was gaining weight, it was in a controlled way. It could even be way above what they wanted, but it was controlled. It was, I am going to gain this much weight by this date so that I can get out so that I can lose this much weight. And, you know, it was all totally in my control. Even when I was gaining weight, suddenly it would be like I was gaining as much as possible, as fast as possible. I was the perfect, healthiest person in the whole hospital. I was the healthiest one. I was the one that was so close to recovering so that I could get out and lose weight. Right. But I was in control. And to come out, not want to lose weight, and to still have all the urges that to do the things that make me lose weight is a bit shocking. Especially when the urges are so strong that I suddenly might get the biggest impulsion to do something, and then it just throws me off so completely that I just crumble into this heap, and I'm calling people for help, and then hanging up, because that's what I do, that I don't know what to do, that I'm wandering around trying to remember coping mechanisms that I've told other people and that other people have told me, and this, that, and the other. And what I actually, part of the reason I started making this video was because I wrote a letter to myself for when I feel these urges. How pro-recovery is that? And I thought that I could share it with you guys, because you guys should have things shared with you, because that's what I used to do, and I miss doing it, and I miss you guys, and I miss feeling like people out there know what I am up to. And my consultant recommended that I do this when I was telling her about my urges and things. And it's a letter for when I am triggered. I didn't know I was going to read it out, but I will, because why not? Because it could be useful to you guys as well, maybe. Dear Rachel, it's tricky to imagine writing a pro-recovery letter to you. In the past, these letters have been less than kind. Anyway, you're reading this because you are feeling triggered. You think right now that you want to do these things, or at least you aren't sure. fact you are actually reading this letter makes that clear. Talking from a saner point of view, I can tell you that you don't want to do this. You don't want to do this because another part of you has written this letter. Another part of you is so scared of you doing this thing that they are actively trying to fight and prepare in advance, which is how I know that you do not want to do this. This action will add distance between you and your goals. Your life is short, and this urge, if acted on, will use it up needlessly. Steps backwards are of no use to you. You do not want this. You do not want to be this person anymore. Years of fighting, years of promoting recovery, years of hopelessness and sparks of ultimate hope. You have all the power and control not to do this thing. Don't set yourself back just because you are overwhelmed, alone, scared, sad, bored, triggered. There is no point to this behavior. Every kilo you lose will be put back on. Every cut you make will heal. Every bad decision will have its consequence and reward you with predominantly nothing but exhaustion, self-loathing, and the lies you will tell to cover it up. You want to stop. You want to get better. You want to learn to resist, to live without this. Well, this is how you do it. You can be the person you want to be. That's it. Don't know how useful I'll find that, especially as the English is absolutely terrible, and some of the things I started to say I then got so distracted because I'm a slow writer that the sentences weren't ending the way that I wanted them to end. Now that I've read it again, but yeah, we'll see. Okay. I really hope that you guys are okay. It's always a comment that never means anything, because it's like a way of avoiding asking, are you okay? The reason I'm not asking is because I may not be able to answer. And if you say you're doing terribly, and I can do nothing, or I can do something but I'm not, it's just something that I find so hard to live with, which is part of the reason I don't ask sometimes. But I love you guys so much. You've gotten me through so much. I have no idea where I would be right now if I hadn't have used YouTube, if I didn't have it for the last 6 years. Maybe next time I feel an urge, I'll make a video and you'll see a crying, burbling, blurbling, ranting and raving Rachel that will look absolutely on the floor, a crumbled heap, about to dive off a bridge, terrible, and you'll know that that's what I needed to do to feel so much better in an hour's time after that video. So if you do see stuff like that, it isn't actually the end of the world, I just feel like it is. And it'll go away. So just gotta keep trying. And that's a message to everyone, me included. So yeah. Stop recording. Bye bye.